Okay. Whoa, and there we go. That's a big one. Oh, yes! Okay. Okay, that wasn't enough. To 0. Yeah. Just nice. Alright. They didn't have it. This is a pretty smacky downy deck, eh? I think we're about to find out. Comes back to my side. That feels really, really nice. He says nice. I don't disagree with you. First spell each player casts can be cast without paying its mana cost. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Still get all the bonuses though, right? Okay, let me destroy that. And then we play the Lash Whip. And I don't think we... Is this enough to cast? It is too. That's good game. That's what a top deck there. Like this is trample, right? So we know it doesn't matter. But still, what a game, too. Give indestructible to... I think we'll warp them both. Put the biosynthetic on. Who? You? Yep. We got it. We got it. Wow. They had it to the bitter end. They were feeling very good about their deck there. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't even think of the fact that my artifacts got an extra 1/1 counter. That is it. It was the perfect draw. I just didn't see it at the time. What's going on, everybody? We're going to do a draft. Why the heck not? It's a good day for a draft. So, I think we're currently in gold, maybe like gold 4, gold 3, something like that on this account. So, nothing too high. Edge of Eternities, people are already sending it off and saying goodbye to the format, and they're looking forward to the next format. I'm not ready to give it up just yet. I'm having too much fun. I've really enjoyed this format. So let's see what we got here. See what we can turn stuff into. So for 5, you get 1 of everything. That's only really good if we're doing that starship thing. We have Bioengineered Future. When this enchantment enters, create a lander token. Each creature you control enters with an additional 1/1 for each land that entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Okay, that's all right. I don't know if that's going to come online necessarily. Now here we have Invasive Maneuvers. You know me. You know I love red. So whether it's red-green or red-black, I'm a big fan. So I'm definitely going to be taking that first. We also have Depressurize. Nothing wrong with Depressurize. And the Ore Plate I like. The Cryogen Relic I like. So let's start with a solid pick 1 and see if we can turn this into something we're happy with. Moving on. We've got... Okay. Well, how do you decide? Okay. You have a Kavu pilot. Other creatures have haste, and artifacts and red creatures in your hand have warp 3. So you can basically play any red creature for 3, and it's going to have haste, which is pretty dope. That's a really strong card, and that happens turn 5. Well, you think you play it on turn 4, maybe even sooner if we can get ourselves a Zookeeper mech in. So this is a really strong card. And then we also have the Terrapact Intimidator, which is a really, really strong card for the meta. They either give us a 4/3 on turn 2, or we get a 2/1 and 2 lander tokens, and there's nothing wrong with that. I might see another one of these. There's a good chance I'm not going to see this. And the other benefit of this is it's got 5 health. So it doesn't die to a Bombard. It doesn't die to... It does die to Depressurize, though. That is something to keep in mind. Now, this is interesting. I see the Pinnacle Emissary. And so that may want to push me into the blue territory. I think I'm more apt to take Tannuk and see if we can get some creatures and see if we can turn this into something, especially big red creatures. Now that we have this, that could be nice. Yeah. So we've got a 2, a 3, and a 4. I'm happy with this. I'm not mad at all about an Orbital Plunge. The Sammy's Curiosity is also a strong play for us, too. I think Orbital Plunge is so strong for us in this game. Now, this is artifact cards and red creature cards have warp 3. So if you've got Tannuk on the board, then for 3, you warp in a Bygone Colossus that has haste. That's tempting, right? That's kind of the whole point of the deck. I think we take the removal. I love removal. Too much. The Actuator works really, really well with the invasive maneuvers, right? Because this is one of the few cards in red that we can, when we play this, if something left the battlefield, then you can copy this from the graveyard. I like the Harmonious Grove Strider as well, don't get me wrong, but I think that's too good to pass up. They're just handing us the cards. Ooh, the Scrapbot's good too. When it enters, exile each opponent's graveyard, and then create a lander. Lot of good use for that. I do like the Plasma Bolt as well, and it works with the Roving Actuator as well. I'm hoping there will be opportunities to pick up creatures down the line. I do like the Dauntless, don't get me wrong. Now, if we're going big creatures, everything we have so far, it avoids the Lithobreaking, which Lithobreaking can be a really nasty wipe for an enemy. We can also go Ice Cave Crasher, which is strong. That's a tough call. That's a bit of a toss-up for me between the two. I think I take the Crasher. Okay. I don't know if I need 2 of them. The Worm is good. I think I prefer the Crasher to the Worm, honestly. And the Eolologist is good too. I don't know if I have any way of putting counters on creatures though, so that may be a dead card. So I might be taking another one of these. Seems a little weird. Now they're saying, well, that was the way to put the counters on things. Do I want to take this? When it enters, you create a lander. So that's my turn 3. And then every time you play a land, it comes in with a counter. Maybe we'll play that. Happy about an Oreplate Pangolin. Happy about a Tenderfoot. Wow, that's really nice at the end there. Round out our deck. So far, how do I choose? I guess we do the Colossus. But the Sammy's Curiosity, there's nothing wrong with that either for this deck. Get those landers going. Landers work really well with Tannuk, right? Because then when I play a land and sack a lander, I get the card draw too, which is nice. So, I don't know, is green just wide open? Okay, so what we're seeing here is we have an Extinguisher Battleship, which I love this card, don't get me wrong. It wipes boards and turns games around. And sometimes even though we're playing a creature-heavy deck with some removal, there's nothing wrong with a board wipe. Especially nice if it deals 4 to everything, and some of our stuff has, say, 5 or more because of the counters. The Territorial Bruntar is the other one that's really strong. These often wheel, so I'm feeling like I'll take the Battleship this time, and maybe I'll pick one up on the wheel. I don't need 2 bioengineered futures. I don't think. Now the warp gives trample and haste. If we could figure that out, turn that online, that would be really cool. But I have a Galactic Wayfarer here, and I really like the card. So I'm tempted to play it instead. Having a really solid curve is important for me. Now here's a cool one. This 3/5 becomes a 5/5 with the Tapestry Warden. So that's a consideration. We already have quite a few 4s, and I'm not sure I like it any more than any of the other 4s that I have. We have a Melded Moxite, which I really like, and the Gene Pollinator, which can be okay. I think the Moxite might be a little better for fixing, and it's okay later in the game. Gene Pollinator, though, is an artifact, and lets me tap for mana. I think I like the fixing. The fixing is important. We don't get too much of it with red and green, so when it comes up, we take it, I think. In case anyone's wondering, that's water. Okay, we have a big baddie here. We have a big baddie here, and we've got another 2-drop. So the Lash Whip costs 4 if they have 3 creatures on, which is fine. The Sky Warden gets counters. I don't know. What are we thinking? This potentially costs 4. This costs 5 and has reach. They both have reach. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Lash Whip then. Good for ramp. Biosynthetic Burst is also good for Indestructible is nice. I don't mind either of those cards. The ramp's okay. I do like the idea of having Indestructible. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to play the Nebula Dragon. Deals damage to any target. 4/4, costs 7. It's a lot. We might see another or something else. Diplomatic Relations is strong. That's good. I also like Shattered Wings. I have to say, I find it a little bit interesting. We've got all our 2s and our 4s are pretty much all red, and then our 3s are all pretty much green. Kind of interesting. I wonder if that's the nature of just what we're drawing here, or what. A Zookeeper Mechan is so good to see. Loading Zone is good for counters. That works really well with something like an Intrepid, but I think I'll take the Zookeeper Mechan. I'm happy to see it. I'm not playing any of those, so I'll just do that. So we're already at 20 cards. I don't know if this is even going to make it. It has to be really, really special for that to work. So I don't know. And I'm not even sure about the Lash Whip. I think there are better high-cost cards than a 5/7 with reach. I do think we're the beatdown. I'd like to see the 4/3 Menace. What's it called? The Cav Warden or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. But I'd like to see one of those. A 4/3 that Yeah, am I taking you? I might actually take this. Not sure. Red 4/3 menace. Does stuff. Okay. Well, that could be the play. Know what I'm saying? When it attacks, you put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. We've got a lot of big creatures. That could get out of control pretty fast. I also see a Terrapact Intimidator, which I'm really happy to see. I can't believe I'm doing this. Bombard strong. I have a lot of 2s already. I guess I only have 3. I like this card so much. I think I'm going to take it over the rare. Which is maybe a mistake. Cav Landseeker. That's what it's called. Yeah. That seems good. Let's pull through the weft again. Return 2 non-land permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then 2 from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So that's really strong late. Bring back my battleship for part 2. The Drix is also okay with this because we get the... If we're getting slapping, it's good. Okay, you play an additional land. That works well with Bioengineered Future. Tough to make that work, though. I'm afraid that's not going to work as well as I want it to. The Scrapper is a solid card. I like it. And the Biosynthetic Burst. Untapped. It's a combat trick, but it's a pretty solid one. I think I'll take it. Red-black. Till end of turn, it becomes a 2/2 black-red elemental with this creature gets that much. Okay, it's all right. The Scoutlander, I like. Again, it's ramping up to the big boys, which is good. And we do have, yeah, another Cav Landseeker, which is good. I like to see it. Nebula Dragon at the top end. I think it's the Cav. I like the Larval too. Maybe I was supposed to take the Larval instead. Okay, so this is an interesting one. The greenhouse is nice. Put a 1/1 counter on everything. And then if we can get our hands on something that gives our guys trample, that's nice. Diplomatic relations is also strong, obviously. So that's a little tough. Maybe we'll do the greenhouse. I already have one of those. Wow. Wow, wow. What are we thinking? I don't know if I need 2 of these. I certainly don't need 3 of these. But I will get rid of one of these knowing that I have 2 of these already. So the question is, Tannuk or the Zookeeper? I think the Zookeeper is actually better for us right now with the ramp. Memorial Vault, sack an artifact, exile. You can play those cards this turn. It's okay. This is whenever you play a creature, or a creature enters, or artifact. That's okay. Tenderfoot's okay, we have lots. And the Fungal's fine too. We don't really have that much in the way of lands. Okay. Close Encounter. You smack them for the amount of the card, or Bombard is just a straight 4, and I think it's that. We'll take another Halia. I just don't like people having Halia. I don't want it myself, but it wields. I'm not going to play a 3rd Ice Cave Crasher, so I might as well. We can always switch things up if it's not working. Do I need a 2nd Sky Warden? I don't know. Don't think so. They're giving me the cards, that's for sure. Yeah. All right, so that's a pretty healthy showing, I think. Obviously, would have loved to see a Godma, would have loved to see a Seed Ship Agrarian in that pile. Don't know if I need the Gene Pollinator. Invasive, Moxite will go for now. 2 Zookeepers. Don't know if I need the Tenderfoot. Did we end up taking the lander? No, we didn't. Okay. Bombard, Wefstalker. Don't know if I like you as much as the Galactic, so I'll do that. Thawbringer. Oh, I might like it better than the Thawbringer, though. We'll see. 2 calves. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's 40 right there. And that's grueling games. Yeah. Tough to say. I feel like the Tannuk didn't get the... We don't have as much, maybe, as I would have liked to see. Who knows how this is going to go. But certainly going to be a fun run in any case. Now, do I want 2 Zookeeper Mechans? I think I do. I think that's good. All right. There we are, and thanks for watching, and I'm looking forward to the first game. And welcome back. Let's do it. Let's run it, and let's see how we do here. Grueling games. See if we can get ourselves some wins against Jen Navarrete, or Jen Navarrete? They're crafty, so we gotta watch. We've built this deck so well. I'm very happy with this. I like your plate too, but I think we gotta go Terrapacton too. It's just so strong. Like, we just begin the beatdown so fast. Wow. The land gets hexproof. Okay. I wonder why they couldn't handle a 4-3. That seems odd, right? So I think our turn 3 is pretty set in stone. We'll Tannuk. Yeah. Not every day you see people turn this into a 2-1. Like, it's just so strong. It gives me something to do every turn. If I wasn't fixed, now I can be, you know. So I understand why people say you really shouldn't do that. But oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Good. Now, are we willing to make that trade? I'm not sure we are. It's not doing enough to scare me yet. If they're casting a big artifact with it, well then. So our options for next turn... We're looking for something. Our options for next turn, option number 1 is we ore plate and lander, and that gets us the draw. It becomes the card, discard a card. Okay. I think while we have the ability to do it, it's so strong. I think we have to. And what do we want? I think we'll take a green. Great. And now we have the option of Biosynthic or the Ore Plate Pangolin. I think I'm happy to trade either of these for now. They are not. So we'll play the Pangolin. This comes in as it's an artifact, so it can buff up our... Good. Interesting. Alright. Well, what shall we do? That's an instant. Interesting. Okay. Do 3. Get our board big. Or we can go straight to the reach. I think this might actually be the play. And it can start to grow. We can start to grow as we sack landers. Oh, they have a siege ship agrarian of their own. Nice. Make it big over time. Not too mad about that. Alright. So if we sack this, and play this, we're now I don't have to manage that. Oh, our Skyward makes that just that little bit bigger, which is nice. Heading towards that battleship territory. They have a lot of things that have 5 health. So a little bit scary. So that's 7. And 8. Draw because of it. What do we think? I'm almost at the stage where I feel like holding open. We have a lot more cards than they do, and they need to start doing stuff about it. Maybe I will play this. Yeah, I guess I will auto play. Nope. Okay. Okay, so the Star Breached is now getting in for as 5. Yeah. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. Tough, right? I'd like to see this become so if we just sack this. If they're building up their board as well. It's just everything now gets wiped. So maybe we just start shooting their face. Or, even better, I don't like you. Okay. Thank God. That could have been really bad if they had annulled our Extinguisher Battleship, so. Glad they didn't do that. Okay. Draw to discard. Alright, I'm happy to lose an ore plate. Actually, yeah, I'm happy to lose the ore plate to that without some combat trick. Okay. bring it back. And what's the other artifact they're bringing in? Oh. We have 9, so we don't have enough for the biosynthetic burst. Non-spacecraft creatures. That's an interesting one. If we attack. As long as we do 2 to everything, it'll wipe everything. If they give us a good enough trade that it's not worth the biosynthetic burst, or if it's worth not using the Extinguisher Battleship, I won't use it. We'll see what they do. That's easy enough. That's easy enough. Yep. So far we're wiping, or we win. Yep, we're wiping or we win. Perfect. If you put it on the 3, then that's even better for me. Okay? Okay. Is that your final answer? So in that case, I do all the damage to this one. I say I kill this one, and I wipe the whole thing. Or I bios. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Do the damage to this one, and then hit that one for everything. Don't think it matters. That one, it does matter. Oh, can you imagine if that kept me alive? Alright, let's see what they do. So the fact that this says return target non-spacecraft creatures is huge for us. Because they can't send the Extinguisher Battleship. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to go. Yep. Yep. Good. Okay. Deals its power. Vigilance deals its damage equal to its power to target creature. I'm scared, so I'm going to do this. Okay. Whoa, and there we go. That's a big one. Oh, yes. All right. Extinguisher Battleship. So I didn't realize you had to pick a non-creature thing to destroy, and then you blow everything else. Destroy target non-creature permanent, then it deals 4 damage to each creature. So I didn't know that. Now I do. It wasn't enough. We were the beatdown, and they were on the back foot from the start. Now they had a good set of cards, but it just wasn't enough for us. And we were able to, we swung at the right time and said, hey, we're taking this game. So, and we did. 1-0. There we go. Alrighty. And we'll see you in the next one. And we're back, and let's get going. See if we can secure a big 2-0. That would be nice. Fun to play these games against Winter Mutation, the Virtuous. So we got Zookeeper into Galactic, and I don't know when we're going to be playing the Extinguisher Battleship, but this is okay with us. A nice curve. A little bit of removal. Now, would we consider removal and a Zookeeper mech in this turn? Yes. Mechanical kill ship. Nice. Okay. It has to be a non-creature permanent. Okay, so I can't blow up that. Do we just get bigger? Both get us bigger. This one gets us physically bigger. So I'm tempted to go this route. And no attacks. Okay. They're just letting us grow and grow and grow some more. So we'll take advantage. Sounds good to me. The Cav, I feel, is really strong in this situation. Drix. Nice. Okay. Coming in and hitting us for 5. Now, do we want to let that happen? These two are gonna leave at the end. And this is gonna go back to a 3. I don't know. If we do that, is that the end of the world? I don't think it is. Then we will have the biggest body on the board. And right now, I think size does a little bit matter in this game. Good. I think we are going to attack with you. And I think we're going to sack this. We're going to do that now. Good. And hold open. Yeah, we were going to lose it, so. Now if they play the Drix, we can always invasive maneuvers that, which would be nice. The Night Luminary I'm not as excited to nuke. What do we think? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually could Extinguisher Battleship next turn. It's too early to do that, but could. Well, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we do this. And the reason why is even if we're not doing the other... Okay, that's nice. I still can now make this a whatever, big baddie. Alright. Let's pop this on you. Pop it. And then we'll attack with everything. Yeah. Alright. I think I'm happy to lose one of those. Well, 1 for 1's not great. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't want to lose it. Nice. Coming back and getting some life. Sky Stinger. Okay. Now, what would I rather get rid of? I think the reach, right? Yeah. This isn't for real now. Alright, another cav. Okay. We know they're ramping towards a pinnacle kill ship. I'm wondering if the Extinguisher Battleship should be used on the 1 white mana they have. An interesting prospect. So if I put... They've had all white, so if they have a 2 white thing, that may actually be bad for us. It just feels like a waste to blow up my own guys right now. Tough call. I think they're at 5 right now. If they get to 6, then we'll do that. Let's do this. Yep. Okay. Yeah. For the cat. That seems very odd to me. Uh-oh. We got the 2 whites. Yeah, it was a super big mistake on my part not playing that. I should have been smarter. On the bright side, everything dies now. blocks all the damage. Doesn't matter. Oh god. Okay, yeah. Skywarden will be key in a second. Good. Okay. And if they don't have... Oh, I'm only 4. I need something with 5. Okay. That's enough. Unless they have something. What? Okay, that wasn't enough. To 0. Yeah. And just like that, we're 2-0. Alright, these have been good games. I felt like my compatriot here was waiting forever for Halia and just couldn't find her. Most of this is white, and they only had 1 mana for most of it. So, they didn't get to the Pinnacle kill ship. Thank goodness. I think it wouldn't have even mattered at this point. It doesn't compete with our Extinguisher Battleship. So, good games, and excited to see you in the next one. Let's just keep the choo-choo train going. See if we can eke out a win number 3 for us. So the Gruul is doing it. I've been really happy with Gruul. We get big creatures. We're getting the Terra Pact every game. I feel very fortunate from that perspective. Let's not tell them that we're red off the bat. Give them 1 turn of... Now they know. Huge difference. Changed the way they played completely. 3-4-3, yeah. Depressurize doesn't work. Alright. Here is a moment of Plasma Bolt. Do I Plasma Bolt it? Save them. The 4 damage I think is too deep. We're just gonna keep smacking. Because this is gonna do 4 this turn. Whatever they put out in front of us, we're gonna Orbital Plunge next turn if something big comes up. Actually, will we? Or will we just cav? Makes more sense to cav, probably. We'll see. If we can keep this gravy train going, though, I think we should. Tough, man. 3 mana, that could be a Banishing Light. That could be Dubious Delicacy. Could be a Dubious Delicacy. Could be. We knew it was possible. It's a strong card. Okay. How aggressive do we be? Do we think they've got a board wipe? beginning of the end step and at the beginning of your end step. Well, let's attack anyways. I don't know if this is going to trigger. What if I do like a full control? Yeah, okay. So. Enter. Do they have another land and then the exile all creatures? Okay. When it enters, put a 1/1 on everything. Does that get this one out of range? Doesn't get the cav out of range. So if we orbital, on the dockworker drone. This is a nice trade for them. Oh, well, we're still not a nice trade for them. They're down to 4. And, oh, do we sack this now? So that he gets his... Oh, I guess it didn't matter anyways. Okay. What do they have? Embrace the whatever. So it's a Banishing Light on him. It's alright. More creatures. The big blocks. Well. So they have to deal with one or the other. Remember, they have Dubious Delicacy, gains them 3 health. So it gets them out of range. There's a lot of removal in this deck, it feels like. Decode, okay. Nice. Lots of cards. That's pretty nice. Yep. 3 and 2 is right. And if they play the Drix out with the warp, then they lose. Don't know why they would do that. Do they have enough for... Do they have a board wipe? Do we still have our Plasma Bolt? Nope. But a Roving Actuator would get it. Ooh, nice. Alright. They didn't have it. This is a pretty smacky downy deck, eh? Like that's... This feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. I'm happy with this. Alright, so we're 3-0, I think, right? So as far as I'm considered, the deck is broken even. It owes me nothing. That was fun. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright, we're back. We're 3-0. Seeing if we can turn this into a big 4-0. That would be excellent. Be thrilled with that. We're playing against the sous chef, so you gotta watch out. So, for the first time, we don't have a strong 2. But we do have both lands. We may just be really, really slow, and it just happens to be the game that we don't want to be super slow against. Okay. Coming in hot. Wow, what a shame, eh? What a shame that this is the one game that we were slow. We just don't have a response. Doesn't feel the pressure. Now, if we play Tannuk, that's an option too. If we bombard, it's not a blowout. If they had a removal, well, that seems a little over the top. What do they have? It's a blowout. All right, they only get in for... Wow, 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 wow. That was the concern, right? Okay. Fortunately, we can slow this down a bit. Bombard. Doesn't matter. Plasma blades. Yeah. We each get landers. Oh. Wow. Just getting the pants beat off of us. Okay. All right. At any time they can just play the land and swing for the win, but they didn't do it again. Three, four, five, six. 7. So what would it take for us to be in this? We would need to draw land. Extinguisher Battleship, the Lumbering Falls. They were playing with their food a little bit, and maybe it'll still pay off, but it's not too often you have a means of destroying a land, and I think they're thinking at any time they can just smack us. So it's, what are the odds, right? We've seen 6 out of, what, 14 cards? So we have 17 lands in the deck. Any land will do. So there are currently 11 lands in 26, so it's an 11 in 26 chance. Now, is my internet out? Feels like they're paused for a long time here. Nope. my compatriot. It was a very smacky downy deck. And I could have quelled it a little bit by using I think it was the Bombard. Using a Bombard earlier on the Caveron. I didn't know if they had the Orbital Plunge. They had it. Alright. I don't know if they're thinking that I'm gonna leave. If there's a chance that they lose. Wait. Oh yeah, right, my lander. I was like, I only have 6 lands. It's been so long. Alright, so they're using their timeouts. Put some fun dance music in right now while we're getting roped. Alright, sous chef, will you let me get my land? Get my forest? What do we say about that? I don't know. I'll take the win. Doesn't get any better than that. If we had it on the land, I think we would have had him anyways. But geez, that's a big win for us. So we'll take it. And 24-1. That was nice. All right, I'll see you in the next one. All right, in one of the world's weirdest upsets, we are now 4-0. And I wasn't sure about that game. That was weird, right? They maybe had it. They maybe didn't. They maybe had internet troubles or something. I don't know. But certainly we'll take the win. Oh, okay. We're playing Zaniman. Seems to know what he's doing. We have a 2. And that's it. It's another really slow hand. Hopefully we'll find something. The colors are there, so I'm remiss to give up a hand when you have the colors, because if you mulligan and then you don't, you vault. I got a 1/1. That's not too scary. It does build up a board. Okay, that's a play. I am thrilled to report something to do. So if they play something good here, then we can invasive it. Should be nice. Do we think we do it? I'm killing a land too. That's strong. That's a huge setback. It's not just a creature. So, I feel good about that. Now we have a land advantage. Now you can have it, bro. I don't know what that was. So weird. Okay. They play the Starfield. Alright. We have the diplomatic relations if we need it. I don't think we do this turn. It's like focus fire maybe? I'm not sure. Ooh, good card. Really strong. I'll pop a nice for that. And that's a nice as well. That's a super strong combo. And the Tannuk can't do anything about either of those, so. Alright. Fortunately, Senor Skywarden, he has reach. So I have a feeling they're going to attack with the Gigastorm Titan. That is my feeling. And then they'll try to do the same trick as they tried to do with the 1/1 into Tannuk. But they also have a Quantum Riddler. So, as it stands, we currently have... Oh, okay. I still have that one up. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. Well... Artifact cards in your hand have... Focus fire? Do they have 2 of them? Hopefully they don't have a way... Okay, no blocks. Hopefully they don't have a way to get rid of the Tannuk. Okay. Okay. Listen, I'm feeling super hot about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what do we blow up? The blue? Or the tractor beam? If I destroy the tractor beam, does this come back on my side? I think we're about to find out. Comes back to my side. That feels really, really nice. He says nice. I don't disagree with you. Oh, focus fire. Kept another focus fire. Jeez. At this point, I think I'd kill the Caveron. Personally. Because I'm going to get the counter. And that makes the Caveron with the Diplomatic big enough to wipe the Quantum. They're making the focus fires work for them. Yeah, good cards. The Extinguisher Battleship was awesome. That helped immensely. They know we can play the Extinguisher next turn. So playing small guys, really worth it. Okay. Play the Quantum. They don't know. Might as well wait, right? Because it's until end of turn. We hit our 8. Pop you. For 6, and then because something left, we gotta... Yeah. And now pretty much anything they play, hopefully anything they play, they may have another tractor beam, I don't know what they've got, but the Extinguisher Battleship should take care of anything they put on the board to block the Caveron, is the hope. Yeah, this is super clutch, the Tannuk into Extinguisher Battleship. That was such a cool move. Got to wipe the board and have a second Extinguisher Battleship on lock. I wonder what they have. They don't need to ramp anymore, it doesn't look like. Touching a lot of stuff. I don't know what this means. Ooh. If you cast it, shuffle your hand, then draw 7 cards. Wait, what's the deal? First spell cast during each player's turn, played without mana cost. Okay. Alright. So I will play this for 0. Cast without paying mana cost. Oh wait, what's the deal? First spell each player casts can be cast without paying its mana cost. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Still get all the bonuses though, right? Okay, let me destroy that. And then we play the Lash Whip. And I don't think we station it up just yet. So that was for 6. Now they did get all the cards. But for 6 mana, I got to play my Extinguisher for free. It didn't feel like a very good deal for them, I don't think. I wouldn't feel thrilled if I were them. But they knew I had it. So, these are the things. This has been a fantastic game. It's currently 7-3. They have all the cards. I have a decent board. We're both sitting at around 8 mana. Like they're doing some pretty high level thought experiments going on, I think. Yeah. Okay. It's a good card. Yeah. Okay. Is this enough to cast? It is too. That's what a top deck there. Like this is trample, right? So we know it doesn't matter. But still, what a game. What a great game. That game, it felt like that game had everything. Maybe it didn't. What's going on? I feel like I'm missing cards. They had other cards. Oh well. Oh, because the weft. Right. It brought all the reshuffled. Okay. Well, this combo, the Tannuk into Extinguisher Battleship, that is a primo combo. So 10 out of 10 for the creators of Edge of Eternities who thought through this stuff. I don't know if they thought through that, but I've never seen that before, but that was a cool play. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right. We're sitting at a very juicy 5-0. Now, all good things must come to an end. The question is, when? Because we've had some amazing games. We're playing Zlody, the Dauntless Drafter. It's scary to see, but we have our 2. We have a decent trick. We've got a way to bring the trick back. It's kind of weird to do that at sorcery speed with the roving, but We have a 3. Man, is this ever a fun day? Fun day to play Magic. I don't know. I really feel like I've fallen into my stride with. Yes. Now, do they have a warp or a counterspell? They're thinking. They're cracking. All right. Whoa, 3 color. What do you got? And they'll have 4 mana this turn if they have a land. Yep. Cracker Hound played its warp cost. They give up on the Bone Riders. It's a good card, so it's hard to watch it run away from you. Now, what's the play? Is the reason they're doing that because they have another? In which case I may not want to play Galactic. I may want to hold open Bombard or Biosynthic. Maybe we'll do that. Playing the Codecracker Hound straight up. They got some huge value out of that card. They gave up a Gene Pollinator. Again, not a huge surprise. Storm Titan. Alright. That is our target for the Bombard. And we're feeling okay. We attack in. And I think we cap. Next turn we can Galactic, hold open, we can pop the Cav token. They're pretty slappy. Okay, well it's looking like they might be thinking about making trades. Having the Bombard for the Gigastorm Titan felt really, really good. It's a strong card. It's not a very diplomatic Codecracker Hound. I understand it. Okay. Get in again. I'll do this, because I know this one's going away. And maybe there's a world in which I Biosynthic Burst. On the Terra Pact. Now who do I kill? heading up to 8. It's happening fast. Okay. Alright, I think we do it. Bing. And bong. Now they can start the biomech and engineer nonsense. Okay. This is an interesting one, because next turn I could warp both of these in, and if I can warp this in for this haze. Oh, are they going to sack that and slow down my Terra Pact? Certainly not a bad play if they plan to do that. Yeah. I feel slowed. Seven. So. I play 3. I play 3. All creatures? Other creatures you control have haste. Okay. So the cab is getting in. Do I want to warp it in? Actually. Spell was warped this turn. Who do I want to give it to? Give indestructible to... I think we'll warp them both. Put the biosynthetic on. Who? You? Yep. That's lethal. So that's lethal. They have to put 2 on the Cav. And if they put like the Biomech in the Galactic, that's really good for them. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, what do I not want them to have? The draw? Is that worse? The 3. I think it's like this. Yeah. They're down to 3. Next turn we're getting in for quite a bit. They would need the worm and then something else. don't know. What do they have? They're playing 3 color. They have 1 white. Have we seen much white? Consult the star charts for 4. That means I think they have an answer. They might need a second planes to make whatever this is work. Or whatever it is they draw work. Because we haven't, right? We haven't seen anything else with white. But they have it here. So any of these, if I have 4 creatures attacking next turn, the Cav, the Galactic, the Terrapact, and the Tannuk, they would need to block all 4. Unless they play the Germinating Worm. Then they would need to block 2. Wait. If they block the right 2, which would be the 5 and the 4, then we still get in for 7. So 5, no, they still wouldn't be enough. Yeah, Tannuk has been absolutely bonkers for us. Okay. What did they take? Diplomatic. Okay. We're going to play the Cav for full cost. Well, that's what you get. About that. And the Galactic Wayfarer. What we're thinking. We got it. We got it. Wow. They had it to the bitter end. They were feeling very good about their deck there. All right. Good stuff. So what is that? 5 wins? That's 6-0. 6-0. Can we make it a clean 7-0? Find out next time. We're back. We're having a great time. We're playing some draft. We're 6-0 right now, and we're going to see, can this thing go all the way? Be the perfect deck? I think it has the potential. The Tannuk into the Extinguisher Battleship is such a cool combo. And Tannuk came in super clutch that last game. Every time something enters, it's got haste. I can warp stuff in for cheaper. It's super cool. So, yeah, this has been a really fun deck. I'm so glad that you've been joining me for this, and we've been hanging out. We have a 3. It's not the world's fastest, but we might find something. These two both kind of get insane with each other, eh? So kind of feed off of one another. Don't think I'm going to do it because nothing's coming in. Well, that's nice for me to see. Forest. Yeah. Okay. There, it's a little late, bud. Little late. Now, what do we think? I can weft Terrapact. It's okay. Or I can just weft straight up. Or Tannuk straight up. I think if they have a fight spell, I'll be happier if the weft stopper already is the one that doesn't make the cut. Don't get me wrong, it's a strong card. Can be a strong card. Okay, so they're giving counters. Yeah. That's a 4/4 already. Okay. So we need something big. Oh, that was a mistake. I missed a life being done. Okay, so this is up to a 5 now. I'm not going to block with them. So I'm saying a 5 if they play the Drix again into the Miltstrider. And then it will be a 5-5 with Trample hanging out on the battlefield. They didn't do it, interestingly enough. Okay, they did it. They were just slow to the punch. So, play this super, super slow. Card draw is nice. We might start having to take some less than optimal trades because we are on a clock. That said, if we can find a way to survive, the Extinguisher Battleship will take care of the worst of things. Yeah. I think I'll do it like that. And I'm sure they have a trick. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot I need to do this turn. I need to get the Zookeeper in if I'm going to make it to next turn. Yes. I need to put the Biosynthetic on the Weft Stalker. And I need to diplomatic relations the Drix or the Miltstrider. Now I can't lose the Zookeeper in order for the Extinguisher Battleship to work. And it turns out they're swamp as well. So I did not see that coming, given all the counters that I was seeing. Yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't get the Terra Pact Intimidator online. It came just one step too late. That is very unfortunate. We'll trade. Wow. Okay. Can we hold on? Do that. What are you gonna let me have? Okay. I just need a land. It's a pretty close game still, even though it feels like they're way ahead of us. Like we have 7 lands to their 5. We can buff up the Intrepid. Yeah. Interesting. We're sitting pretty with a 5/6. Now, is this a sack deck? Is that the idea that you... They gain the land, or the life, sorry. Then they embrace Oblivion? Oh, Diplomat. Okay. We hit the land. So it doesn't work because once they play the Germinating Worm, even if we were to... Actually, they may not be able to play it if we Extinguisher the Swamp. I don't know. Maybe they drew another land? But then we'd still need to draw something big enough. Wow, what a draw that is. We need anything. Go lander, do it up. It's now 4 damage. Yep, and 2 mana to work with. Do we draw something that we can use? No. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't even think of the fact that my artifacts got an extra 1/1 counter. That is it. It was the perfect draw. I just didn't see it at the time. Thank you, Magic the Gathering Arena, for turning cards blue when you can do something with them. Guys, that's 7 wins. That's not just 7 wins. That was a great deck. It was a green counters deck. We couldn't let them get back the mono circuit feeder. Wow, it just was down to the wire. It was 0-1 when all was said and done, and this deck did the thing at every turn. Not a bad card in the deck. Actually, the Wefstalker was okay, but I would be happy to get rid of it for something else. And just like that, we have achieved undefeated. I am sad to say that's the very first time on this account. But hope you enjoyed watching. I certainly enjoyed playing. Just one more time, just to give a hooray to this deck. It got us the whole way. It did the thing. The Extinguisher Battleship, super clutch. The Tannuk Steadfast Second, super clutch. So here, let me put a little like gold, silver. It actually might be switched, gold, silver. And honorable mention is going to be what? You know what? The Terrapact Intimidator. I'm always so happy to have that card in my deck. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.